Sometimes we want to be able to add configuration to our products without necessarily going down the full-blown configurable products route. And what I mean by that is that we may have a product that's in stock. So in our case, we have our suitcase, and that suitcase is a certain SKU, and it is the product that it is. We have 100 of them in stock, and someone comes along and buys one, and we have 99 in stock. But we may want to add additional options as either upsells or just customizations that don't merit a full-blown configurable product. And in those instances, what we can use is something called custom options. And what custom options allow us to do is allow us to create these custom options on the product, but the base SKU remains the same, and this custom option is just applied to the product before it leaves the warehouse. So in our example here, what we're going to do is we're going to allow customers to have an option where they can put their initials onto the suitcase. Or they can have an option where they can put an emblem onto the suitcase, or they can do both if they like. And they'll pay a small extra fee, but actually at the end of the day, the base product is still the same product. It's just these options are going to be added as the product is purchased. Okay, so if I look at our product information here, so this is our simple product, our luxury suitcase. You'll see right down at the bottom here we have this option which is custom options. So let's select that. Right, so this is a list of our custom options on this product. Obviously there's none yet, so let's add one. So we're going to start off by adding the initials. So you'll see that there's this add new option button here. So I'll select that. And then we have to select a title for it. So this is kind of like how it's presented to the customer, what the name of this custom option is. So okay, so we maybe do something like that. Enter your initials. Then we have a choice of how we want this to be, how the customer gets to display it. So you can see there's a whole range of options in here. There's even a file option. So potentially we could create a custom option where the customer can upload a JPEG or a PNG, and that can be printed on the front of their suitcase. Okay, so but the one we want is we want to go for text field. Okay, so it's going to be a free-form text box. So we select field. Is it required? So is it required, yes or no? So if it is required, then the customer has to enter something in there before they can proceed with the purchase. If it's not required, then it's an option. It's not mandatory to have that option. Okay, so then we give a price. The price is based on your base currency price. So in our case, on this particular store, it's in pound sterling. So I've put £10 in there, and that is on top of the price of the product. So the product is £100, and if the customer wants this option added, it's an extra £10. The SKU that references here is purely for information only. This will not tie in with any SKUs in your database. Okay, so in your product catalog, it will not kind of like cross-reference a SKU that's in your product catalog. It's purely so when the order comes through, there is a SKU in the order to say what this is, and you don't even have to put anything in there. You can leave it blank. So I'm just going to leave it blank. And then maximum number of characters. We're going to allow them 3 initials. Okay, and if I save this and I'll hit save and continue. Okay, that's been put in the system now. Let's go and have a look what this looks like on the front end. Okay, so if I scroll down, you can now see we've got enter your initials plus £10. And if I just look up here, our product is currently £62. If I now enter my initials, DNH, and enter that, the product's now gone up to £72. Okay, so it's added that to the price. Right, and then I'll add that to cart, and I can go through and process it. I'm going to add another option now. Okay, so you can have as many of these options on there as you want. This time round, I'm going to ask them whether they want an emblem printed on their luggage. Okay, so we'll call it emblem. And this time round, I'm going to use a radio button. So we have drop down lists, radio buttons, checkbox, and multi-select. Drop down list and radio buttons are the same thing, but just presented in a slightly different way. A drop down list will present a list of values, and you can select one of those values from the drop down. The radio button will display all of them on the screen at one time, and you can only select one of them. And as you select one, and the one that you previously selected will be unselected. Checkbox and multi-select. Checkbox will show all of the values, and you can select multiple of those values. And multi-select is like a drop down again, but you can select multiple values from it. I'm going to go for a radio button because I quite like my options all to be displayed at once. Okay, and then I can go in and put my different emblems in. So maybe we have a lion emblem, and that costs an extra £5. And we have an elephant emblem, that one's £5. And then maybe we have a penguin emblem, and that's in gold leaf, so we do it at £10. And once again, I'll set this as not required, so we don't necessarily have to choose an option, and save that. Now I'm going to have a look. We've now got our options here. Because I said it wasn't required, it's added an extra option, which is none. And as I select different option, okay, our price of our product changes. So none, £62, £67. And then if I was to put initials in, DNH, which is my initials, and add those to cart. Okay, what you see now is there's the suitcase there. Let's just remove this one there's our suitcase there, and it has the details of what we've asked for as our custom options. One final thing on this, just as a tidying up, you may not like where this particular information is placed on the page. At the moment it's placed in an area called After Product Info Wrapper. Okay, what we can do is we can go to this Design tab here. Okay, and we've got Display Product Options in Block After Info Column. If we put that in the info column, it will move where this is displayed. And now if I refresh the page, okay, it's moved our options up to here. So if we've only got a short description, it kind of makes more sense to have it more compacted and that information there, but it will vary from product to product and theme to theme.